What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. For the past 2 weeks, I've been asking myself what else has to happen before we would rise up and protest an indifferent government in Nigeria. I know that we've been shouting on the internet, Facebook, Twitter for a long time. Thousands of people have been killed in the northeast of Nigeria. But now that the killing has continued in Abuja, I hope that we won't just vent on Facebook and Twitter as usual, but actually let this administration know enough is enough. If the blood of more than 200 innocent people can be shed in one day, and the government could care less, how is it that we are not enraged? You know, eyewitnesses said at least 300 people died that day. Some media said it about 200 people, and the Nigerian government said about 70 people. You can believe whoever you want, but did everybody see the videos and the pictures? If you have little kids watching, please don't let them see this. It's a very disturbing video, but I feel like we have to see it because this is the reality of what happened. It was just a regular day, you know. You get in the bus like just any day trying to travel, and the next thing there was an explosion. We're not in any way better than any of these people. It could have been anybody. There were so many women that day that were just selling snacks to passengers, trying to make ends meet. One man lost 2 siblings, a brother and a sister, because they got in the bus before him. That's the only way he survived. Another man lost 4 friends that he came to pick up. And there was this young boy, Nuh, who just finished secondary school. His brothers saw him burning that day and they could not put out the fire. There was a young copper, Roland Bulos, who just finished his NYSC, and he was the only graduate in his family. He died that day. You can read so many of these stories on Vanguard, okay? These were not made up. These are people like you, like myself. There was this young boy who is still in the hospital. His leg was shattered completely and he's crying as he begs his mom not to let him die. He's still in the hospital. Many of them now have hearing problems because the blast affected their eardrums and now they have trouble hearing what people are saying. I keep asking myself, what about our celebrities? When will they do something about this? So when will the band sing about Boko Haram? When will Don Jazzy, Onyeka, Wizkid? When will Nollywood produce movies about how the people of a beautiful country are now being killed every day like chicken? I mean, some of the celebrities have dined with politicians. They've related with them. I don't know why they can't talk to them about, you know, being more concerned about the regular citizens that are being killed every day. I mean, if not for anything, at least they should remember that some of these people that died were their fans. I just feel like we're not doing enough as Nigerians and people are dying. All I'm saying is if we don't do more than vent online, don't expect a change. Boko Haram keeps getting stronger. They keep getting bolder. They keep releasing new videos telling people, oh, we're now in Abuja, we can do whatever we want. I heard that 16 luxurious buses exploded. More than 24 vehicles were damaged and more than 200 people were injured. Those that were driving by said that their windscreen shattered. They were not even close. They were just driving by. Their airbags popped up. I mean, this thing was serious. It was huge. But to be honest, I don't know why anyone would still think that we have a president. As far as I'm concerned, right now, we do not have a president in Nigeria. And the worst part of his incompetence is his indifference to the loss of human lives. I mean, if really you think that people are being killed because some people hate you, Mr. President, then do us a favor and step down. And I don't understand the fact that if the husband doesn't have regards for human lives, how can the wife also not be bothered with all the death occurring every day in the country? How could the president be cutting cake while more than 200 families were mourning the death of their loved ones? I know he visited the site when it happened that day. Yes, he was there, and you will not believe what he said when he got there.
Security services will continue to work hard, God willing. We'll get over it. The issue of Boko Haram is temporary. Surely get over it.
Well, Mr. President got over it very quickly. In less than 24 hours, he was already in Ibadan cutting cake. He cancelled his trip to Ibadan, but then he went the next day. He went to a party rally in Kano when people were practically donating blood because there was an acute shortage of blood to treat those who survived the bomb blast. Thanks to all of you who donated blood in Abuja, by the way, because you all saved lives. Even the UK High Commissioner to Nigeria was there donating blood. But our president was cutting cake in Ibadan. In fact, some politicians, including Bukola Saraki of Kwara State and the Speaker of the House of Rep, Tambuwal, donated blood. I mean, I'm not a fan. All this could just be a show. Nevertheless, at least they showed that they have feelings. Unlike Mr. President, dancing kukere at a PDP rally when Abuja was being attacked. See, I don't know where else that is done. I don't know which other country you will find the president dancing the next day after about 200 people have just been killed. And what pissed me off the most was the presidency's explanation of why he went to the rally after the blast. His information minister, Labaran Maku, said that going to Kano was a statement, a loud statement, that terrorism will not stop the administration of this country. Wow. Seriously? You know what, Labaran Maku, shame on you. Big time. I can't believe they didn't even arrange for food for the victims. Common food. The victims were starving in the hospital. And then they announced that they would bring bomb detectors to Abuja. I'm like, we don't have that by now? And what about other places outside Abuja, even though the president calls them the fringes? Are they also getting bomb detectors in Borno, in Yobe, and Adamawa? Can you believe that the Executive Council got mad that pictures and videos of the bomb blasts were all over the internet? They're worried about people outside Nigeria knowing what is going on inside Nigeria. So they said that journalists should restrain from posting photos of the victims. So right now we can't help our brothers and sisters who have been killed. But please, if you believe in prayers, please say a prayer for those 234 girls that Boko Haram kidnapped. The girls were kidnapped from the Federal Government Girls High School in Chibok, Borno State. I learned that about 20 of them were able to escape, but I just cannot imagine what their family members have been going through since that happened. You think they are sleeping? They've not been sleeping. I mean, I don't think so. When you know that your baby girl is out there, probably being raped by some crazy lunatics, and you can't find her, who knows what these girls could become in the future. These girls are the future of Nigeria. It could have been anybody's daughter, by the way. It's a shame, though, that the Nigerian military would have the guts to lie about rescuing these girls. That's just cruel. Why would you say you found them when you clearly did not? I mean, that's like insult upon injury. That's the same way that you told us that you seized 700 vehicles belonging to Boko Haram and we're yet to see the pictures. So please keep these girls in your heart, keep them in your prayers, and I'm really hoping that somehow they'll be able to escape or the soldiers will be able to rescue them. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Speaking of bomb blast, you guys remember last year that I talked about the bomb blast in Boston during the Boston race? Well, guess what? I am so excited to tell you that this year there was no bomb explosion, nothing, nobody lost their lives, nobody was injured. The race went well. It was last weekend. And guess what? For the first time in 31 years, an American won. That's wonderful. I mean, it's been 31 years since an American won, even though the race is held here in America. Can you believe that? It's usually Africans that win, and I am so proud of that. But you know, the best part of this story is the fact that the American man is actually an Eritrean, born and raised in Eritrea, came here when he was 12 before he became an American citizen. Give it up for 38-year-old Meb Keflezighi. I hope that I'm pronouncing his name right. If not, I am so sorry, my brother. But this man beat 36,000 people to win the men's division for the United States. Wow! Go Eritrea! And of course, the second place went to Wilson Chebet and Franklin Chepwani. I hope I'm saying these names right. And both of these guys are from Kenya. Go Kenya! Go! See how many countries now? Eritrea, Kenya. Guess what? For the third time in a row, the women's race was won by Rita Jepto, who is also Kenyan. Can you believe all these Africans? Eritrean, Kenyan. And for the women's second place, we have Buzunesh Deba and Mare Dibaba. and both of them are from Ethiopia. So guess what? Out of 36,000 people, the Boston race was won by an Eritrean. Yes, he's American, but the dude is originally from Eritrea. An Eritrean, Kenyans, a lot of Kenyans, and Ethiopians. You get what I'm saying? See, that's why, you know, I need to move closer to these people. Kenyans, Eritreans, Ethiopians. Y'all need to hook me up, sisters and brothers. You know, I need to run some race and make Nigeria proud, you know. I want to get out there and run the race, and, you know, I see myself winning, telling people I'm Nigerian, I'm Nigerian. Hello, my name is Nigeria, you know. But you know, the most exciting thing to me is that they overcame the terrorist attack of last year. They had a lot of soldiers and police officers everywhere making sure that nobody pulls any tricks. And I hope the African countries that are having terrorist attacks can learn from what America has done with this Boston attack. And kudos to all the runners from Kenya, from Eritrea, from Ethiopia, from America as well, for making us all so proud. We are very proud of you guys. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Ghana. My eyes, it does you. You know, each time I talk about corruption in Nigeria, my Ghanaian friends, they will say, Nigerians are corrupt. Nigerians are this. Nigerians are that. Ashe Charlie is also corrupt. I didn't know that Charlie is also corrupt. Can you imagine that one man forged the signature of the Minister of Energy and Petroleum? Yes, yes, he forged the signature to transact an oil business with a Canadian company. And this guy made $1 million profit. One million, just like that, you know? 1 million. Isn't that yahoo yahoo? Ghanaians, are you not also doing yahoo yahoo now? When you forge somebody's signature, Charlie. His name is Charles Ando, and he has confessed to doing it. The investigation is still going on though, but me, I say, look beyond this guy. That is what I'm saying. Look deeper. Because I know you all agree with me that some big fish are yet to be caught. They need to look deeper. They need to look beyond this Charlie. You know that the Deputy Information Minister, what is his name? What is the meaning of this now? What is wrong with you? Not this one. Change the picture, Joe. You know who I'm talking about. You know there are 2 Deputy Information Ministers. I'm talking about the smart one. You should know better. I mean, relatively. I didn't mean it like that. And can you edit this out of the video before the show comes out, but put the right photo? Yes, this one. This is who I'm talking about. You know, he also said a similar thing was happening at his ministry. Charlie, you see, this is why I say that the Economic and Organized Crimes Office, the EOCO, yes, they need to dig deep. Don't stop with this misguided individual who, if he is in the right senses, would have known that he cannot get away with forging a minister's signature. Who does that? Why would you even think you can get away with forging a minister's signature and doing a transaction in his name, and you don't think he would find out eventually? You need to dig deeper, dig deep. There are other people that have been getting away with stuffs. Hopefully we can have a system in place in Ghana that will prevent such occurrences from continuing. But what can be my own? You know, I'm not a Ghanaian. I don't know anything about Ghana. What do I know? I'm just keeping it true. So moving on to Zimbabwe, you guys know I was so happy this week. Guess what? The old man, Robert Mugabe, slashed his salary. He reduced it. I was like, wow. I mean, what a nice gesture. Seriously? He reduced his salary to $4,000 per month. Just 4,000. Can you believe? I mean, how wonderful. What a great man to knowingly and willfully reduce his own salary for the sake of his own people. I mean, I was really moved. In fact, I was so excited to tell my Zimbabwean brother, you know, but apparently it looks like some Zimbabweans are not really impressed. Like, they are not celebrating anything. I was shocked. I was shocked. I said, Haba. Why are you not happy that Mugabe reduced his salary? Hey, yeah. My friend said, hold up. Excuse me, sister. He said, first of all, do you know how much he was getting before he reduced his salary? I said, I don't know. I don't know anything. He said, do you know how much he gets in allowances? Because they're usually more than the salary. I said, what? I did not know that. And then he said, what exactly is the meaning of him reducing his salary? He said, look here, my friend, some workers have not been paid for more than 8 months. And not only that, more than $600 million in salaries and allowances have been missing since 2009. Some people have been eating this money. They've been chopping your money in Zimbabwe. He said last year alone, Adeola, more than $133 million was embezzled that was supposed to be used to pay the salaries of workers. I was like, I think I got your point. He said, how did he afford a $5 million wedding for his daughter if really he's like slashing his salary because of his people? This was my friend talking, okay? He said his wife, Grace Mugabe, can walk up to any farm today and say, oh, by the way, I want this land. And the people living there would be displaced with immediate effect. He said, oh, as a matter of fact, more than 900 families were displaced. The other time, remember, Adeola, you were the one talking about it. I said, yes, I talked about it. That is true. He said, do you know about the 60,000 families that are also displaced? I said, I did not know about that. He said, yes. And if you say anything in Zimbabwe, they would arrest you and deal with you. I said, oh boy, say no more. Say, bless your heart right now. You can go. Seriously, Mr. Mugabe, you're already 90 years old. Can you stop threatening your own people? Okay, I call it the war. What is the meaning of this now? Why are you putting this? Can't you put his picture? And why do you have to bring up the fact that he's not originally from Zimbabwe, that he's from Malawi? This is not what I'm talking about right now. You know Mugabe doesn't like people talking about this. No, seriously. Mugabe can arrest you. Mind yourself. Just put his picture. Yes, thank you very much. So as I was saying, my people, Mugabe, you are now 90 years old. Seriously, it's obvious that you can't do this job. Why don't you just step down and let someone else do it? Step down, my friend. That is all we are asking. And everybody will be at peace. Oh, by the way, I heard that President Jacob Zuma of South Africa earns $21,000 per month. $21,000. But you know what I don't understand? If really this is how much he's earning every month, how is he able to afford spending more than $20 million on renovating his house in Nkandla? Hey, that is what I don't understand. Even the White House here was built with $232,000. That was a long time ago, definitely. And today, that money is equivalent to $3.2 million. So I don't understand how one man can spend more than $20 million on personal private home when, you know, he's supposed to be helping his people. By the way, happy Independence Day to my South African people. Happy Freedom Day, as you guys call it. Kole, how much does the Nigerian president earn? You don't know. Yeah, I don't know too. I don't know if anybody knows. Mr. President, there are so many things we don't know about you. When will you declare your assets? At least let us know how much you are earning. It is what, you know, I don't even know the names of his children. No offense, but at least here everybody knows Sasha and Malia, you know. You can't just go to Aso Rock to tour the place. Even in Kenya, you can tour their presidential palace. Very, very interesting. Yes, declare your asset, my Oga. Let us know how much you're earning. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So have you all seen the video of that Nigerian policeman who harassed 2 women in Lagos? Yeah. Don't beg me. I say don't beg me. You know, I just cannot believe that he would beat up a woman like that. Hey, yeah, actually 2 women. All because a food vendor refused to sell him fish. For him to finish his beer, the guy was drunk. Yes, and he was still drinking his beer. And the vendor insisted that he must buy food with the fish, that she doesn't sell only fish. Can you believe the next day, this police officer beat up 2 women? Kolido, start the video from where he was beating the first woman. You see, this is why I talk about self-defense, I talk about karate, I talk about all these things. I'm very serious. So I heard that his name is Tafa Mohammed. Tafa Mohammed, wherever you are, God will punish you. Can you imagine? Do you know what the police did when the mother of this woman that was beaten went to the police station to report the assault on her daughter? They told her that your daughter is wanted for attacking an officer and that they would put her and her daughter in jail.
àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé ọmọ táwọn wà ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá sọ pé àwọn ń wá àwọn ò ní fọmọ mi lẹ̀ mí ní ọmọ tó ti nà tó ti ṣe léṣe nígbà àyà ó pe ọmọ mi ó wá ṣe ọwọ́ mi báyìí ó ṣe ọwọ́ mi sẹ́yìn ó tì mí ó lóun máa lọ́ọ̀kì mi pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see where Nigeria has come to? I know that by now the IG must have seen this video because it's been circulated. What is delaying justice for these women, Mr. IG? Don't push this under the rug like you do a lot of cases. Nigerians are watching. Police officer can just take bribe from you anyhow. They can harass you for not wanting to give them bribe. A soldier can beat you up and you can't say anything. What kind of country is this at Nigeria? Anyway, you know I've been telling you guys, one day I'll become the first lady. Yes, when I become the first lady, you know what? Wait and see. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Our first email is from Anonymous. This person doesn't want his name mentioned, which I understand. But this viewer sent me a video. He says this is people that were sharing money after President Jonathan's visit to Kano. Call it, let's see that video. Can you imagine? What a shame. What a shame. This is what some people are fighting for. You'll be surprised how much they are fighting for. Instead of fighting for Nigeria to become a better country, I hope that you won't just vote for somebody because of some cash that they are giving you today, because, you know, we are indirectly selling the future of our children if we continue to settle down for less. That is such a shame. This next email is from Mio Eon. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right. This person said, I think Nigerians are afraid to die. Like Fela said, they rather die suffering or join the thieves. We all run to Europe. We run to the US. But this country is fought for their own freedom. That's why we are enjoying living in their countries today. We all have to fight for our country as well. Thank you very much for sending this. That's the truth. And you know, I talk about it a lot, about stepping up and letting our leaders know that the way they are treating us is not right. And I know that it's dangerous, but somebody has to do it. And I hope that you guys won't just watch, that you would do more than watch. If we can do it for ourselves, at least we have to do it for our children. Our next email is from Amos Adeola, and he says, Hi Adeola, I will be honored if you can read my letter to fellow Nigerians on your next program. And this is his letter. It's a clarion call to change for the entire nation. He titled it, The Malady Dance to Madness. It's quite obvious that the #1 citizen of our dear country is lost amid selfish desire of second term and the melancholy assault on the citizenry by a power-drunk party that has dragged the country into a messy state. The choice is ours, either to allow the malady dance to madness to continue in 2015 or to use our strength of vote to cause a change. Though I'm not a politician, but it's time that we all get involved, or else we shall be dissolved by their selfish greed. Food for thought. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeola. Enough of all these people that were recycling in Nigeria. The people that have been in power before I was born are still the same people in power. And they've been there since independence. It's either they've changed their position. You know, some of them were governors, now they are senators. It's very unfortunate. They said, oh, you are the leaders of tomorrow. But they refuse to let go of power for the younger generations to come in. By the way, I'm hearing, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that PDP governors are negotiating with President Goodluck Jonathan that in 2015, they would make sure that he wins the election if he can assure them of 3 things. First of all, that they will be the ones to choose their own successors. Can you imagine? That means your vote would not count. Second of all, those of them that are serving their first term, they said they would automatically get second term. Even if you guys are tired of them in their first term, they automatically would get second term. And the third thing that I heard that they are negotiating is that an outgoing PDP governor will get an automatic senatorial seat in case he's interested in being a senator. Can you imagine how ridiculous, as if Nigeria is their property? If that is the condition under which President Jonathan wants to win next year, good luck to him. It's such a shame. No, seriously, it's a shame. But you know, I wish that the Nigerian youth can also form some kind of political party and come up with their own candidate. I mean, there are so many countries where you have young people that are changing their countries. Barack Obama was 47 when he became president. I'm sure that there are people in their 40s in Nigeria that could do a great job. But what do I know? Our next email is from Pa Sajo Salah. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right. He said, "Hi Adeola, I just watched your video for the first time and I'm captivated by your humor and your realism. I just want to say hello and we need more African women like you." Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm a brother based in Birmingham, UK. I'm just keeping it real, just like you. Thank you so much for writing. I really appreciate this. Well, I actually get a lot of complimentary emails, by the way. It's just that I don't always read them on air, and it's because I don't want my head to swell up. Nigerians will know what I mean by that. But thank you so much, everyone, for all the complimentary emails, all the suggestions and advices. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Our last email today is from Hamad Kabo. He says, "Hello there. It's very sad and sympathetic to hear that we have lost one of our brothers that we were studying together here in Bangladesh. Atai Kazari. I'm so sorry if I didn't say his name right. He fell into the university lake, the one beside him in the attached picture. He was from Jigawa State, Kauzari local government in Nigeria, and he was the eldest son of his family." Oh, thank you so much for telling me about this. It's very sad. I can't imagine what his family is going through right now. I am so sorry. Please accept my condolences. May his soul rest in peace. I think that's all the time that I would have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Before I leave, just a heads up, if you live in New York, don't forget that this week is the African Restaurant Week organized by Panla and the Taste of Africa USA. So if you're yet to get your ticket, make sure that you visit nyarw.com and buy your ticket. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I must see y'all later. Peace out.